Hi, this is James from tracingmac.co.uk and I'm here with the brand new BlackBerry Torch, the 9800, and we're just going to run through the main features on the device. You probably saw the videos we put on the site last week, which we did at the Torch launch event. We've now managed to get hold of this torch so we can do a video in a bit more of a controlled environment, as last week's videos were a bit dark and a bit shaky where I was so excited. So we'll have a quick look around the device first of all. So on the left hand side, all we have here is the micro USB port. There's no convenience key on the left hand side on the torch. Over on the right hand side, we've got the dedicated camera key, and we've got the rocker switch here for the volume. That camera key is obviously the convenience key. It will be preset to the camera, but you can change it for anything else you want to. So if you're a BlackBerry user at the moment, you're just going to have to get used to just having one convenience key on there. Nothing on the bottom of the device, that's nice and flush. And at the top we've just got some standard controls. So we've got the power button here, and I presume this one will be the standby button. Maybe not. It's probably a media control muting switch or something like that then. Opening up the device, we've obviously got that beautiful keyboard, which we'll have a go off in a minute. So let's have a look at the home screen we've got here. So there's lots of options with the home screen at the moment. We've obviously got no icons on the screen, but you can drag this bar up. You can either have it full screen, or you can move it to how you want it. As you can see here, we're on the all option, but you can scroll left to right. So we've got a favourites one there, we've got a media one, and downloads, and frequent, which is quite nice. And on any of these, you can obviously move the icons to where you want on the screen. Having a look at the top of the device, we've obviously got the time and date, battery, we've got the carrier network there, we've got how we're connected through 3G at the moment, and the battery bar, the Wi-Fi indicator. On the left hand side here we've got the volume controls, which is fairly standard. And over on the right here you'll see there's a little search icon. Now there's two ways of accessing this. We can either press it and that brings you up a search box, or you can just go straight into typing on the keypad and it will start searching. So for example, if we start searching for Tracy and Matt, you'll see the icons appear on the screen that relate to any searches for that. So we've obviously got the browser and the YouTube clients come up as well, and the Google local search. The other thing we've got on the home screen, which you can't see at the moment, is notifications, because there are no notifications here, but if there was, they would appear just at the top here, and by touching those you get a nice list of any notifications you may have. So as you can see here, we've got lots of calendar ones, and that's all we've got on here at the moment. But if you had any Twitter notifications, any Facebook notifications, MySpace, also RSS, they would all appear here, and it's just a case of clicking on one and it opens that particular application. Rather nice feature, which is new to BlackBerry 6. So let's jump into some of the main things within the menu. Messaging, that's going to be fairly straightforward, fairly like we've seen before. Not too much difference. The added bonus here is obviously that we can use the on-screen keyboard if we want to, or the hardware QWERTY underneath. So while we're on this, we might as well give it a quick test. So we'll try this one first. Let's try it one-handed. That's pretty good. I actually felt a bit nicer than using it on the iPhone 4. So we can obviously rotate, and so we've got it in landscape. So let's try that. Perfect. And as you can see, if you make some spelling mistakes, you've got options to auto-correct there. And obviously typing on the hardware keyboard is going to be much the same as if you currently use a BlackBerry Bulldog. Lovely. Okay, so that's the keyboard. Contacts, fairly straightforward. These contacts here are preloaded onto the device. Obviously, by clicking one takes you straight into the contact, or you can hold down on the screen and you get this kind of quick menu. So you've got an option here to phone that person, to text them, to email them, or to view their details, or you can just press the full menu. Again, that's not too much different to what we've seen on the OS 5. So it just makes life a little bit easier for communicating. You know, if you want to email them quickly, it's just a quick tap away and off you go. As you can see, there's no email account set up on the device at the moment. Let's have a look at the browser. Right. Okay, so we might as well do a search for tracing map. Oops, if I can spell it correctly. There we are. And obviously this is the new Webkit Browser that's new to BlackBerry 6. And that's definitely a hell of a lot faster than we've seen on previous BlackBerries. So congratulations, RIM, on giving us this nice new Webkit Browser at last. It's been a long time coming. So the page isn't fully loaded yet, but you can see it's rendering the images on screen. As I say, it's definitely quicker than it was before. Pinch to zoom is present, as you can see, or you can double tap, like so. And obviously rotating the device into landscape makes for, in my opinion, a slightly nicer browsing experience. Have a quick look at the menu here on the browser. Oops, wrong one. Oh, that's just how you add a bookmark. Sorry, add to home screen. Adding the bookmarks is nice and easy. It's just a couple of clicks away. Let's have a look at the bookmarks page actually. There we are. So this is new as well, the way that we see this. Very nice. We'll just load another page quickly, just for demonstration purposes. There we are. And that's the BBC News, the BBC mobile site, which loaded really quickly. So I think with a lot of sites, if they do offer a mobile version, you're going to be directed to that probably by default, and that's going to give you a much quicker browsing experience. Yeah, that's beautiful. Very impressed with that. Moving on next to the calendar. Okay, so we've got at the bottom here, we've got various tabs. This is just the different views, and this is nice because it's a lot easier and quicker to switch the views than actually diving into the menu like such. Okay, it's fairly straightforward, not too much different here from that we've seen before. It's a case of filling the boxes, and you will obviously all get notified when it's time for the event. So taking a quick look at App World, there's not going to be huge amounts of difference here, I don't think. The user interface is slightly different with these new looking tabs at the bottom. Jumping into the menu, we've still got the categories, the top 25, the search, etc. So I presume this is the latest version of App World. I think it's App World 2.0. Looks very nice on the big touch screen anyway. Moving on, as you can see here, we've got social feeds application, and this is where your RSS feeds can come in. And as you can see here, we've got stuff from the Reuters and from the BBC, and you just scroll up and down the list and obviously click which one you want. If you press the top, you've got options to just view particular categories, so we can view just the BBC ones if we want to, or just the Reuters, or back to all, which is rather nice. Just click on one there and view story, and that should take us to the web address for that particular BBC News story. Like so. There we go, and once again that's loaded nice and quickly. There we go. Nice. Okay, so that's the social feeds there. As you can see, we've got Facebook preloaded, we've got Twitter for BlackBerry preloaded. We've covered those before on other devices, it's not going to be any different. We've got MySpace there as well. We've got an instant messaging folder, applications. Again, this is the applications that we see here, pretty much the same as we've seen in on OS 5. Let's just come back to where I was. Lost my place now. There we are. Games, let's see if there's anything new. No, there's still Brick Breaker and Word Mold on the Torch. Options. So this looks a lot different to what we've seen on previous devices. I would imagine generally it's much the same. Content is just the way that it's set out is a little bit different. This is where we can go into change the ringtone, that sort of thing. Contact sounds. Fairly straightforward. We've got some keyboard options there. And there's also within there there's the trackpad sensitivity that I still haven't used yet. It seems that with the touchscreen it takes the need for using the trackpad away, so it's obviously going to come in handy for certain things, especially text selection, but at the moment there's no real need. As you can see here on the home screen, there's a couple of contacts, and one of the beautiful features with BlackBerry 6 is that you can grab pretty much any application or folder that's in the within the BlackBerry, and you can put it onto the main menu. So if you've got somebody that you call very often, why not stick them on the main menu like so? Make life easier. What else have we got? Oops. Manage connections. This is just where we set up the mobile network, the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth. Looks fairly straightforward. The way that the page looks is obviously different to what we've seen before, but it's generally achieving exactly the same features. Help, which we've always had on other devices, and we've got a power off button there. Within the favourites, what have we got? There's nothing too exciting there to see, unless you think a calculator's exciting, but it's certainly going to be nice using this calculator on the touch screen. It's a bit of almost a bit of a pain on the non-touch devices. Media, this is one of the big improvements. So let's jump straight into music. We'll look at artists. So basically, while we're listening to a track, we can scroll through the playlist like so to find a different track. It still works in both landscape and portrait. If we go. So if we're on all songs, again we can skip through all the albums that we've got on there, or all the tracks, sorry, that we've got on there, which are rather nice. Videos. Okay, we've got some videos on here. These are obviously some movie trailers, so we'll have a quick look at the 18 one.
1 year ago, an elite commando unit was sent to...
That looks fantastic on the Torch. I must say, certainly the quality there looks as good as I've seen on other devices, that's for sure. Nothing too major in the options there, apart from the video size, fit screen, full screen or actual size. Pictures. Let's have a look at the picture library there. And there we go, you need to drag it right to the very edge of the screen. And then at the bottom here we've got some tabs with some options. We can email, text, Twitter, basically you can upload that to any of your social networks. What's this one? Oh, that's just rotating it. We can play, so we play that as a slideshow. Oh, that's rather nice because it zooms in. That's excellent if you like that sort of thing. And the quality of the screen on this thing is pretty good. It's not the best resolution or the highest resolution we've seen, but for a BlackBerry, it's looking damn good. Got a search option there. That's pretty much it for pictures. Ringtones, that's fairly straightforward. Podcasts, there's the new feature that we haven't seen before and that comes standard on the BlackBerry. So with BlackBerry 6 you get a new podcast application. There's none on here at the moment, so I can't test it, but you know, it's I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. YouTube, let's have a look at the YouTube client. So this is taking us to the mobile website rather than an actual YouTube application. I'll have a look at it anyway. The screen's getting a bit greasy, as you can see. It's taking a while to... There we go. Let's turn that down a bit. YouTube video quality isn't fantastic, but it never normally is on these devices. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for media. And I think that's also most of the main features on the Torch. I'll tell you what we'll try and do. We'll see if we can test out text selection on there. Okay, so we can obviously use the trackpad. Like so. There you go. And that's where you've got the option to copy and paste. So there's one use for the trackpad also. Right, I think that pretty much sums it up. First impressions, I'm slightly biased because I'm a bit of a BlackBerry addict, but I've been trying to think of this as if I'm not, and you know, I'm pretty impressed, and I'm looking forward to working with the Torch I have a lot more over the next few months.
Bitdefender is dedicated to protecting people's digital lives, so working with unboxings.com to help preview and review the latest technology is a perfect fit.